Hi, good morning, students. So, our lesson today that we're going to be covering will teach us how we can fluently add and subtract within 5. Now, students, if you go onto the Google class, you will click on Math, and after the lesson, you can always come back to a Google Classroom and click on Practice if you need more help. And for games, we have Khan Academy right there. So now let's click on Math, and we'll begin our lesson. Now, students, you are all kindergartners, and the math standard that we're going to be learning today with our lesson is fluently add and subtract within 5. And students, what you're going to be learning today are 2 things. The first is you will know how to fluently add numbers or objects within a total of 5. And you will also be able to know how to fluently subtract numbers or objects within a total of 5. So again, we're going to add numbers up to 5 and subtract numbers within 5. Now, students, you're all well behaved, and I really appreciate that. You work well with others, you follow the directions of the classroom, and you treat those in the class and our visitors with respect, and you demonstrate proper behavior at all times. So thank you so much. So that's the behavior we're going to have with this lesson today. Now, students, if you find this task difficult, I will speak to you after I assess and walk around the classroom. So that way, the homework problems, I can give you a special set of homework problems if you need them. And also, if you can't read the prompt or the homeworks that were given out or any of the slides here, just let me know and I can provide a large print for you and I send that home to you or send that to your parents so that way they can give that to you. Now, students, we are covering a math topic, and this math topic that we're covering will also have 2 other subjects involved: science and English. Well, how so? Well, you're going to analyze and interpret data, and you're going to read, write, and speak grounded in evidence. Well, what does that mean? Well, basically what that means is you're going to look at the problem that you see. That's the analyzing. And then you're going to make sense of it. For example, 1 plus 4 equals 5. Well, you analyzed the data and interpreted it. And you're going to read, write, and speak grounded in evidence. What does that mean? Well, if you find the solution to the equation, you can raise your hand and share it with us. You can speak. And by speaking, you're giving us the evidence by the problem that you solved on your screen or on the paper. And students, we're going to be using digital materials, and you'll see that shortly, just like with our other lessons where we use the manipulatives, those little cubes to count, or the colorful objects in our lessons. We're going to be using those today too. But we're going to be using ones that are on the internet, virtual. And also too, we're going to be using one that you have in your home right now. Now, I want you to be able to communicate effectively, and in doing so, you'll know, again, how to add numbers or objects up to 5 and subtract numbers or objects within 5. So students, you have this fake money with you. You also have some of the colored tiles. You can use whichever ones you would like later on in this lesson, okay? But this one here, didax.com, you're going to click on here, and when you do, it'll take you, when we're ready, to the digital manipulatives. Now, students, let's begin. Our math lesson here requires us, we can work either independently or with a partner. So you can have the chat open with your partner, and you can begin. The partners were given out earlier, so you know who your partners are. Now, students, we have this set of equations here. You see how there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little dots here? Well, we count the dots or the objects And we put the number over here, which tells us 5 can be represented by 5 dots. But how do we get to 5? If we have 3 and we have 2, how many do we have? So everyone hold up your fingers. We have 3. You see 1, 2, 3. These 3 can represent our fingers. We have 3 fingers up. And we add 2. How much do we have? Well, if I say give me a high 5, we have 5 fingers up. So how can we show that using objects other than our hands? Well, students, click on the didacts.com and then you're brought here. Now let's do this problem. So students, here we can see these cubes will represent those 5 dots that we had seen. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But how do we get to 5? Well, let's do this. We have 1, 2, and 3. But what do we have to do? No, we have 3 of those. Oh, we should add 2 more. Now, is 3 plus 2 equal to this equation here, which is 5? Yes, it is. Now, if you don't want to use red or blue, no problem. Look at all of these colors that are provided for you. You can use any of these colors. And when you do use these, I want you to tell me at the very end, after you do the math problem, 3 plus 2 equals 5, I want you to say which colors you used and what shape is the big shape right here of the cube. Is that a triangle, a circle, a square? So now, students, that is how we solved 3 plus 2 equals 5. Now, what do we do if we have 5 minus 2 equals 3? Well, let's use our fingers again. We have 5, take away 2 is 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, can you show me that with the cubes? Again, if you go here, let's remove these cubes and here we have 5, but what do we have to take away? 3. Oh, excuse me, we have to take away 2. So 5 minus 2 equals what? How many is left over? We have 1, 2, 3. So students, how did you know that? Well, you used your fingers, your manipulatives here. You had 5, you took away 2, and you had 1, 2, 3. And by you showing that, that shows that you were able to provide your answer with evidence. You analyzed the data and you interpreted it, and it made sense. So excellent job, students. Now let's continue on with our next problem.